What's going on YouTube? This is Dave's Daily Trades, and as you can see, yes, we have finally decided to upgrade the mic. So we got this beautiful HyperX. Beautiful colors. I absolutely love this, guys. And also in the comment section below, let me know how this sounds. I'm still testing out the audio. So let me know how everything sounds and if you think I do need to adjust it. But for today's video, guys, we are going to be covering quite a bit. So first, we're going to start off by going over Evergrande, which is some really interesting things going on behind the scenes. And of course, this is happening overseas. Their stock price absolutely plummeting. We're going to be taking a quick look at reverse repos, just getting absolutely out of hand, guys, in every single day in September. And for the past, I believe it's now 23 days, we have been over that $1 trillion mark. We're also going to be going over the Treasury statement, taking a look at balances, predictions for that as well. And then just going over just really great bullish information over here from Ortex. Also going over the short squeeze score that's going on. But first, guys, we are going to start off the video, as always, with a quick AMC technical analysis. Before we do, be sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content. So guys, not a bad day today. Ended up the day up 3.05% and currently up just a little bit in after hours. But of course, guys, like I always say, take after hours with a grain of salt because a lot of things can change when retail is sleeping. So of course, don't worry about that at all. Unless it is a very massive move, and that is something that we will not take with a grain of salt. Anyways, guys, to start off today, really just hot right off the bat. Of course, on Friday, we did hit that low of $49.90, and it was right above that $50 range. So today, spiked up, coming up to this resistance level right around at $52, and I do have it at 21 cents, but this is more towards, I would say, 52 and a quarter level. And that's really what I was watching all day. And my hopes for this was to close above this level, but of course we were very close, closing the day at $51.72. And as you guys can see, I was home today, so of course paid a lot more attention to the charts and have a few drawings up here. So of course, from this high that we had in the morning right off of the pre-market, we did trend down. But once we broke this trend, we started the trend back up and actually hit our high of the day just about in the midway of trading day, exactly at $52.79. From here, things were a little shaky from the end of the day, but that's still totally fine. Still closing up, like I said before, 3.05%. And of course, guys, we're going to take a quick look at Gamestop as well. Gamestop had a phenomenal day, guys. We were up 6.82%. And that is just about $13 on the day. Now, if we look back to Friday, we closed right around $190. And today closed at $203.24. Great moves for today. And really very similar pattern, but I guess not exactly the same as AMC. We, of course, did have that bullish jump in the morning, but GME followed a different trend today, but relatively the same in retrospect, guys. Really, things started getting interesting once we bottomed out over here. We filled some gaps that we had early on in pre-market. And once we filled those gaps, or came close to filling it at least, we were off to the races and hit our high towards the end of the trading day at 208.88. And really the level that I was really focusing on for GameStop was right around that 205, 206 level, which seems like a very important level. And of course, not sure if you guys have been following GameStop, but really we have been right around this level for quite some time now, after bottoming out over here just about at like the 150 level. So really have been in this range of like just about 190 to 200. Of course, the recent high was at, this was what, 231. So right now on GameStop, this is the real big wedge pattern that I've been looking at. Of course, we do have 1, 2, 3 touch points on the bottom, and on the high we have 1, 2, 3. So 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and this is looking really good, guys. And of course, since we did bottom out over here at that 152 level, I really do not think that we are going to be getting much lower than that. Now, of course, really the big thing was, we had this great spike up over here, but really they did try to shove down prices on the 9th of September. It didn't work, and now we're starting that trend up. So we are going to be paying very close attention to this wedge-shaped pattern, and of course see how this plays out. And on the opposite side, guys, we'll take a quick look at AMC. Really, what I've been watching is this level from just about $48.50 all the way to $50 even. Now we were out. We closed above this level, which is just so nice to see. And we do have this floating candlestick here, which really takes us back to, I'm really saying we're somewhere over here, somewhere in late May. And of course, guys, this little run-up right here was absolutely nothing, guys. This was just more of the correction of the correction from this pretty severe move down. And of course, we have been following this trend line quite perfectly. Of course, haven't came down to retest this again, when I personally don't think we are. I really think for the rest of this week, we are going to be off to the races. And of course, once FOMO really kicks in, which we're going to go over some articles that are going out, which I believe is going to bring in a lot of FOMO buying, that's when AMC is really going to start to run. So that's what I'm looking at in the next couple of days, and things are really looking good on a technical basis. Now, one thing I do want to note, guys, is down here on the RSI. The big thing with AMC is we like to run once we are out of that 70 range on the RSI. Of course, if we look back here in January, things started getting really interesting once we hit that 70 range. And of course, look at this. The squeeze didn't, or the mini squeeze didn't even happen until we were almost at 80 on the RSI scale. Now we flip over to late May, early June before that June 2nd run up. Look at this, guys. This is exactly on 87 on the RSI scale, 2 days prior to the massive run up. And look, guys, we're getting close. Right now, RSI is sitting at 67.22. I'm hoping for tomorrow to have some very bullish price action, which would bring us into that 70 range. And that is really when we're going to see those massive moves, that FOMO buying, and a lot of delta hedging as well with these calls and put options just about that $50, $55 range. So that is really what I'm looking for. And of course, if we can break past this next resistance level at $62, $63, that is really when things are going to get interesting, where we're going to run, I personally think, all the way up to triple digits. So we'll be keeping an eye on this, guys, but just want to jump over to some articles that I'm finding going on right now. So first of all, shout out to Boss Blunts. He tagged me in this great article over here about, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of this, I'm sorry, but Evergrande, that's what I think the name of this company is. And essentially, this is a Chinese real estate investment company. And what's going on here? Some real bad things. So anyways, over 1.5 million people are currently waiting for their homes to be completed by Evergrande, who isn't even paying their own employees. And of course, guys, once you have companies not paying their employees, things get really bad because people don't want to work for free. And I can't blame you for that. I personally would not be working for free at all. But a lot of these properties are actually valued just about at $1.3 million. That equates to just about $1 trillion, which is just an absurd amount of money. And this could be early implications of a real estate market bubble, and of course, just an overall economic bubble that's going on right now. So, of course, I don't think we're going to feel the overall effects of this quite yet. I think this is going to take a little bit of time to play out. And for us in the United States, and of course, for all the fans out there in Europe too, it's going to take time for our countries to feel the effects of this issue going on right now. I'll definitely link this in the comment section below. Just watch this video, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, does a great job explaining everything that's going on right now. And I just want to take a quick look too. This is the Evergrande Group stock price, of course, and look at this. This has just been a slow and steady decline since just about January, we'll say. January 25th, 2021, and what happened in that time, that is literally just the time that AMC, Gamestop, and those other meme stocks started to run. So since that time, we have been making slow moves down, and things are not looking good. Anyways, just want to take a quick look at the reverse repo, and really, yet again, over $1 trillion. This is just getting absolutely absurd. And really, to put this into perspective, Fred does a great job putting this into a graph just to see, look at this. I mean, this is absolutely insane. We've been floating around this area in the high, what is this, like 1 trillion, 100, right around that level for a couple of weeks now. And it does not show any implications of slowing down. So, of course, I think this is going to get much more ugly before it gets better. And, of course, we're just going to keep an eye on this and see how it plays out. But just to put this in retrospect, guys, look at this. Over here, we're at, 160, 180, a couple high days over here of 287, over 1 trillion. And we've really been flat around these levels, which really just shows us that it's not going to get better. Also, guys, I just love when these short sellers come out all cocky with all of their AMCs going to $1, yada, yada, yada. Well, short seller, Odyssey, or OD, sorry about that. OD Asset Management Hedge Fund has suffered a massive loss over the past month. So, of course, they actually took a pretty decent short position at first when AMC was just in the $60 range. Of course, from that $60 range, we corrected, and we'll just jump back to the chart real quick. We corrected from that $60 range all the way down to a low of just about $28. Now, OD Group was ecstatic because of this, but of course, it did not last long. AMC reversed up and back up to this $52 level. So they are absolutely hurting right now, but really the biggest thing and the reasons why I'm sharing this information to you is it's not going to be a Melvin Capital or a Citadel that's going to go belly up to start. Absolutely not. It's going to be a lot of these smaller hedge funds that start to take these risky bets, lose shitloads amount of money, and then it's going to be the domino effect from those smaller hedge funds all the way up to those larger hedge funds. And that is really going to be the stepping stone to knock everyone out of those short positions, where you're going to have massive coverings and 1,000% gains within a couple of days. So that's really what I'm keeping an eye out right now. That's really been my thesis since the start here, guys. Really always have thought it's going to be the small hedge funds. We're going to start covering. They're going to get forced liquidated, yada, yada, yada. That's going to put more stress on those medium hedge funds. And the same thing's going to happen until it gets to those master level bosses, which is just going to be the greatest fight ever, guys. We've been playing games our whole lives, and this is really our time to shine, and it is happening. So I have been really paying close attention to the U.S. Daily Treasury statement, and things are really starting to get interesting over here. So we've been covering this for just about a couple weeks now, and it was really Boss Blunt again who started discussing that, this balance is getting very close. Congress is on vacation right now, and what is going to happen? But right now, as of the 10th, so 3 days ago, we had 208. That's a lot of money. But when you think about it, look at this. We're going to scroll down even lower here. We start off 690, and we just start burning through this cash. Now getting all the way down to 207. Originally started tracking this on Stonko Tracker, linked in the description. July 16th, starting balance of 690, down to 207. So we're burning through cash. This is not going to end. Congress is on vacation, and essentially what needs to happen is Congress has to raise that debt ceiling. You have the Republicans, on the other hand, who are like, we're not doing that shit. Absolutely not. Of course, they're going to argue. They're going to throw in implications to try to get people to really approve this thing, but it is going to be a fight. And what happens if we don't raise this and this goes to 0? Well, shit gets really ugly. That's when Treasury yields are going to just absolutely implode on the market, go down like you have never seen before, because we are going to default on our debt payments if this gets to 0. And that's a really scary thing. So, of course, that's why I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this for future videos. But really just wanted to show you how very important this is. And, of course, AMC and Gamestop have that negative beta. That's what we've been talking about for some time now. But if the stock market goes down, AMC, GameStop are going to do very well. And on the flip side, you have a lot of long positions being sold off, and margin requirements are going to become very tight in that scenario. And that is why this could be the thing that triggers the mother of all short squeezes. So, of course, we won't know. We have to keep on watching this. And, of course, all the other variables that are at play here. And things are just really starting to get interesting, guys. And, of course, Ortex today. I hope you all saw this. Estimated short interest right now, 20.29%, which is the highest AMC has been at. I remember last time this happened, this was at the end of May again, right before that $72 run. So, of course, a lot of people follow Ortex, and we'll just take a quick look here. 130,000 people following Ortex. Really, the short squeezes have been a really big factor as to people stepping in to plays. So this could result into a little bit more FOMO buying, more people just buying up more shares, which of course is just going to help us in the long run. And of course, talking about FOMO buying here, this is on Reddit. I'll link this in the description below. But S3 Partners puts out their squeeze score of 100 out of 100. And guys, I don't know about you, but that sounds freaking fantastic. And it absolutely is. And of course, there is a little bit of a discrepancy between the current short interest. Of course, this right here from S3 Partners is at 19.36%. Ortex is a little higher. And it's just depending on where they're getting their information, their data, and how they're running this together. So, of course, I'm just going to use 20%, which seems pretty smack dab in the middle. Hope that works for you guys. But still, 20% is very, very high. I mean, looking back to the Volkswagen squeeze, that only had a short interest of just about 11%, and Tesla just slightly higher than that. So to be at 20%, that is really juicy, guys. And this is really just going to result to more people buying in, apes doubling down, and that's exactly what we want to go to the moon. So guys, that's really everything that I'm going to cover in today's video. Things are looking fantastic for AMC, and of course for our other favorite stock, Gamestop. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I really have some high hopes for AMC and both GameStop tomorrow, as I do for the rest of the week. I think this is going to be an incredible week, guys. But with that said, I'm going to leave you be it, and tune in for the next one. Peace out.